Welcome back to the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty, everybody, on College Football 25. Everybody, including myself, expected we would get annihilated by number 10 Missouri. But that is not what happened. We made a lot of unlikely plays and played about as well as you could have hoped. Throughout the game, we made plays that had me always thinking to myself, how did we even do that? We made so many of those plays while Missouri did not play their best. We had a legitimate chance to win this game, and we came very close to pulling off the upset. But ultimately, despite playing as well as we did, the Buffalo Bulls fall short. But to play that well on the road against Missouri, I saw had many of you thinking we'd have a really good chance to get on a roll as we approach conference play. We've now seen the kind of play we're capable of. What happens now when we face competition that's more on an even playing field with us? And that's what we're going to see in today's video. We've had a slim win against an FCS school, and then a slim loss against a team much higher ranked than us. They are not in the MAC this year, but here is UMass, our Week 3 opponent, and the most even matchup we've had on paper so far this year. Could Buffalo keep up that momentum and play at that level against the Minutemen? Today's episode is a bit different. We will cover multiple games in a different way. Let me know what you think as we dive further into year one of the Bulls Dynasty. Opening drive of the game. Here's UMass driving into Buffalo territory and beating the pressure on third down. They take it down to the 26. Tyson Pumachan, the quarterback, has them on the move. And a couple plays later, a collision in the secondary leads to a Minutemen score. A rough start for Buffalo as Solomon Brown basically gets picked on this play, and there's just nothing we can do about that. So Buffalo does not start strong defensively, but the excitement on this team has really been about the offense. And quarterback C.J. Ogbonna buying time and finding J.J. Jenkins. This receiver trio has been a lot of fun in the first two games, and they really showed up to play against Missouri. We take it into plus territory, and then they jump the screen. They know how we've been racking up the yardage, and the screen game was so key for us against the Tigers, but that means you've got to hit your blocks. Great start for the UMass Minutemen, who then run the ball to the right side. And how about the power on display from running back Jackson Paradis? Even ran through Sean Dolak on the play, and that works so well. They're back to him on the screen. He breaks a tackle, has nothing but green as an awful tackle attempt. Well, let him run into the end zone. What is this sloppy defense? I mean, come on, we got to make the tackle right there. But then no one else gets close until Jaden Oliver, the senior corner, whiffs. It is 14-0. Buffalo trying to get things settled down. Got C.J. Ogbonna working the timing game here for a couple connections. And then the give goes to Jaquez Barksdale, and the running back gets the first down. Good start to the drive, but then pressure on Ogbonna, and he throws it off a defender who catches it and will take it all the way. It's a UMass pick six. What an ugly first quarter for the Bulls. The pressure shows up inside, and then the right tackle is also beat, so we don't have a clean opportunity to just hit the check down. We're supposed to check it down to avoid pick sixes, and it still happens. Next possession, nice conversion, finding Jaquez Barksdale on the play. Buffalo just trying to get a score and get back in the game. Here's an open screen, Chance Morrow on the catch. Turns it up for about 15. A couple plays later, Ogbonna chased way back, about 20 yards behind the line, and then it's off the hands of J.J. Jenkins. Remember all the unlikely plays we made against Missouri? This was nothing like that. We do convert on third down, good connection with tight end Jake Orlando. And then we try to work the screen, and that's the freshman Lamar Sperling. Good spin to the inside. Buffalo getting in position to try and get their first points. It's second down, and they give Ogbonna the chance to scramble it in on his own. Touchdown, Buffalo. 21-0 is a rough way to start. But with that touchdown, be able to spark something to get us back in the game. We've had some trouble in run defense early this year, and UMass taking advantage of that. A good first down run, and then they're going to go back to Jackson Paradis, and the sloppy tackling continues. Just giving UMass so many extra yards. They easily convert on 3rd and inches. We saw Missouri just focus on the run to get back in the game. UMass kind of picking up where they left off. So it's 24-3, late first half, and Chance Morrow on the deep cross has a first down. Plenty of time here for Buffalo, and C.J. Ogbonna throws a good timing route to Taji Johnson. Starting to get somewhere, but the pressure shows up again. Ogbonna's not breaking that tackle like he did a couple times against Missouri. Then 2nd and 17, launching for Morrow, and he nearly makes the play. You got to give this guy a chance. He is 6'6". He can get up there, but cannot bring that one in. Following play, more pressure on Ogbonna, and he is sacked. Just about everything went wrong for Buffalo in the first half. Great inside move there to get the sack. Offensive line really did not hold up well at all, giving up some really big plays the other way. We'd have to start quick in the second half to make this one competitive. Down 17, a nice run for Jaquez Barksdale, one of his best carries on the young season. But overall, the run game wasn't playing that well, and that meant we had to continue throwing under heavy pressure. Incomplete from Ogbonna. Again, we get into a long 3rd down, and he's stripped from behind as the Minutemen have another takeaway. This stuff just wasn't happening against Missouri. None of these games have gone how I expected. UMass takes over. That's a catch on the outside, and a bad dive is going to lead to another big touchdown. It's Frank Ladson. Quarterback Jaden Oliver is not having a good day. Missed a tackle earlier on the long touchdown run, and then just misses a chance to knock the ball down here. 31-7. As much as we tried, there was just nothing that could get us back in this game. Those close plays we made against Missouri weren't being made against UMass. But another interception goes their way, and they're going to have a chance to pour it on even more. We do at least prevent the pick 6, but 2 plays later, they give it to Jackson Paradis, and it's a blowout in Buffalo. But we aren't done. Let's go late 3rd quarter. UMass ball again up 31. Drifting back in the danger zone, a sack. But he did not go into the end zone. C.J. Bazile picks up the sack. UMass from the 1. It's Ledson on the slant. He beats Oliver with no safety help. We're trying to get the safety there, and instead it's 99 the other way. Everything that could go wrong in this game did. UMass dominant. The backups for both teams came in the 4th quarter. And that was the first time our defense actually looked decent in this game. We at least were able to stop the backups. We even had a chance at a 50-yard field goal. And guess what? It might have been our best play of the entire game. Will I be able to do that when it matters? We'll see. Jack Shields enters. He could be our quarterback next season. He is a traditional pocket passer, doesn't have the same mobility as C.J. Ogbonna. We get a chance to see him throw the ball around a little bit. And a nice run here. That's Al-J. Henderson. A very shifty run for the first down. And then on the throw, he hits Nick McMillan. Don't have all backups in there, but decent pickup. Trying to finish this game strong. It's Shields running upfield and getting twisted around, but that's a first down at least. Under a minute to go in the game. That's when we decide it's time for a hook and ladder. That's not who I wanted you to pitch it to. It worked, though, kind of. And then handoff. Henderson grinding his way in. Touchdown, Bulls. I'm glad they're joining the MAC. I can't wait to get these guys next year, hopefully. UMass comes into Buffalo, and they crush us 45-17. From the first drive of the game, you could tell this was not just going to be us doing the whole Mizzou thing over again against the worst team. It ain't that simple. CJ Ogbonna, 3 interceptions in this game. I wouldn't pin any of them actually on him. I had expected us to do pretty well in this game. You know, I felt great after the Mizzou game overall about the team. But unless you're consistently hitting those difficult plays and catching a few breaks, you're just not going to end up with that kind of performance very often with a 1-star program. We still got to focus on the improvement of this roster. And quarterback Eric Pacheco is the top target on the board right now. And we're going to start focusing more on the hard sell approach. I need to start doing that once we get to the top 5 stage for these players. So we give him the campus personality pitch. Second on the board is Jermichael Humphreys, not being targeted by other teams aggressively right now. He is considered a bust, but I still like him. Brogan Froholt has an offer from Virginia Tech. We'll see if he wants to give us the time of day, but I want to be aggressive for him. You can see us not really going all in on too many players at this stage. I'm still trying to get some scouting in every week, and you've got to manage 400 hours a bit differently than you would a team with more resources. Ladarius Canaday looks like a solid coverage linebacker that we could definitely find playing time for. I added some more players to the board. Guess what? We're going running back this week. And I found a handful of players, including Leon Dingle. And he might have the skill set we're looking for. 91 speed with 82 break tackle. He's a gem, and I don't think anyone knows it quite yet. He's a 3-star, so SEC teams are interested in him, but no one's offered but us. It's officially time for some action as Buffalo takes on Northern Illinois. I want to see us be competitive in this conference, and I think that Mizzou game had a lot of people thinking maybe we can go win it this year. Well, what do you think after the UMass game? Could we slow down star running back Antario Brown and get things on track again with our second road game? Well, let's find out. Confidence was not all that high going into this matchup. And we jump into the first Buffalo possession. We got the football first. Here's CJ Ogbonna facing a 3rd down and 11. That's not a bad pocket, and he's got the open man. Caught by Jake Orlando for the first. In this game, I wanted to see us utilize Lamar Sperling a lot more and try to get more out of this ground game that's been off to a very slow start. To 3rd down and 4, it's going to be Ogbonna stepping up and through the pocket. His mobility's been pretty key for us this year. He's made some incredible plays. A couple plays later on 3rd down, caught by Chance Morrow for the first. Buffalo starting strong, using a lot of time and a lot of plays as Sperling with a good run takes us into the red zone. And we end up on 3rd and goal, looking to start with 6. Ogbonna with time, and the pass is so late. What am I thinking? Intercepted in the end zone. After all that, we had used up over half the first quarter. Just an awful interception. We had the touchdown. So Northern Illinois takes over, and they want to go straight to the star running back. It's Antario Brown. Nice start out to the 37, a gain of a dozen. He had over 200 rushing yards in their first 2 games, and the way this one started, it looked like he might run for 200 more. This run defense is a massive problem. Now, we do miss a tackle, but still stop him for a 5-yard loss. You got to win first down against these run games. Then we force the 3rd and 14, and the pressure eventually shows up, and it's Dontrell Bradshaw. He's a sophomore edge rusher, plays behind C.J. Bazile. So Buffalo takes over, we're still tied, and here's Sperling showing some quickness. He's been able to make the most of his touches early on, so he increased his role. And then beating the blitz, grab made by Orlando, very close to the first down. We get into a favorable 3rd and inches, but cannot run it up the middle with Barksdale. At this point, the frustration kind of led to us going for it. We need 2. And it's an RPO thrown right to the defender and intercepted. Northern Illinois has their 2nd already. It's the 5th of the episode. Huskies take over, and they go jet sweep to the receiver for a good first down. They're a team that opened really wanting to attack us on the ground. Here's Antario Brown to the outside. Another run of 10+. Huskies driving all the way down to our 24. And here's quarterback Ethan Hampton between the zones. A beautiful conversion. Huskies goal to go. We end up forcing 3rd down and contest the throw into the end zone for receiver Andrew McElroy. So the Huskies score first with 3, but a very low scoring first half. Ogbonna stepping up and taking off. Could have probably gotten more out of this run, but wasn't having a great game. Ogbonna, handoff, and Sperling with running room. For the first time this year, it really looked like we had a pretty good running game to have a more balanced approach. Then we flip it. Can't get picked off on this one. It's Jenkins to the outside. So we're back to the red zone, but could we protect the ball this time? 3rd and 7. Time to throw, and Ogbonna puts it right on Nick McMillan. Touchdown, Buffalo. So for all those mistakes, we finally get a big play and the lead. Much better pass protection against the Huskies, and that's maybe the throw of the year so far for Buffalo. What I really didn't expect in this game is that our defense would come out playing so well. We were awful against UMass. Why would we be better in this game? We end up forcing this punt, and instead of pinning us deep, it is a 9-yard punt, and we get the ball near midfield. 46 seconds to go. It's Jenkins on the screen with room to run. He's got space into Husky territory, and we're into field goal range. We'd like to get a little bit closer. 3rd and 9. We're going to circle out of the pocket and turn it up. Here's Ogbonna. Down the sideline to the 12-yard line. He's a lot of fun. I really like C.J. Ogbonna. We're going to bring out the field goal team, and we're going to say just forget the interceptions. We're going into half up 7. We're playing better this week. You know, really no game in this series yet has made any sense. We are the most confusing team in college football. Looking pretty good against Northern Illinois outside of those interceptions, but only a 7-point game. We're all over the screen. How about that? Trying to get off the field on 3rd down. They flip it, and it's a pickup for the first. They go to Kenji Lewis out to the 45. Huskies still using Antario Brown a lot as well. That's a first down run. They run a lot of motion at the same time, but we actually tackled pretty well in this game. A lot better than the UMass game, that's for sure. On 2nd down, very close. It felt like a really good tug of war between these two units. We'd make a play, they'd make a play, and then we'd answer and force another 4th down. They drive to the 35-yard line, but can't kick from that distance. So we get it back again, 10-3. Here's a screen. They cover that pretty well. Maybe the screens aren't so automatic now. 3rd down and 6. How about that pass from C.J. Ogbonna? That's just a really nice throw and catch. Trying to get a rhythm going. Sperling speeding outside. First down. Really like how this offense flows when he's getting more involved. On the screen now, Morrow gonna break some tackles and get the extra yardage into Husky territory. I think Chance Morrow's the complete package. Speed option to the right side. It's flipped to Sperling, who turns up the sideline. Now you're starting to see momentum build with this offense again. On 2nd and 6, well protected. We'll take that. Jenkins carving his way through the defense. Goal to go, Buffalo. We're looking to go up 2 possessions here. 2nd and goal. Pressure and dumped over the middle. Touchdown, Jaquez Barksdale. And Buffalo makes it 17-3. How do we go from the UMass game to this? Now, game far from over. Huskies still gonna fight back offensively. They go play action. Launch the pass downfield. That's a great grab at the sideline. Kenji Lewis into Buffalo territory. Then they dump it out. We rally, make the tackle on Ontario Brown. Again, we go back and forth, alternating who's making the big play. And ultimately, we end up making one more than them again. There was just no flow to the Husky offense. They couldn't string together first downs. So they punt it back to us and have us pinned inside our 5. Trying to play the field position game a bit. We're backed up and have to avoid the safety. Ogbonna outside. He's got some space and a 20-plus yard run. 80 on the ground to this point for CJ Ogbonna. Now we got the breathing room offensively, but the pressure shows up. Protection was honestly a lot better in this game. That was one of their first big times getting into the backfield. And on 3rd and 17, Ogbonna, can he do it again? He extends the play, but only gets 5 yards. Huskies now need to capitalize. It's the 4th quarter. They're down 14. From their own 47, nice slant and catch up field into Buffalo territory by McElroy. On 1st down, they go back his direction near the 33. Then it's time to go back to the run and immediately seeing that cutback lane. Ontario Brown inside the 20. And the Huskies might have something here. They toss it outside again. He's got a block and another bad tackle. Down to the 5. Or inside the 5 is Brown. Huskies finally go to go again. That run is stuffed by Deshaun Folsom. And on 3rd down, Ethan Hampton, a perfect strike to the end zone and caught. Touchdown for Grayson Barnes, and this game was not quite over. 1 possession game. Buffalo still needed to close it out. 7 and change to go. We go with the screen, of course. It's Morrow upfield for the 1st down. Buffalo at their own 31-yard line. Sperling on the sweep. He breaks a tackle, a 2nd one, and he's got 1st down yardage. Really nice game for Sperling, 78 yards to this point. Then he carries again up the middle, and he coughs up the football, but thankfully gets back on it. Nearly a colossal mistake. We then come back the very next play, and it's one of our best plays of the game. Ogbonna right on the money with great protection to J.J. Jenkins, who holds on. Now getting closer to field goal range, it's Barksdale for a very short gain. He still played a good bit in this game, but didn't get a lot going. On 3rd and 3, it's Ogbonna, and that pass is caught. Chance Morrow with one of the best catches of the game. We're trying to close this out for our first FBS win of the series. Down inside the 10, running option to the right. Here's Sperling, not quite into the end zone. That almost worked, but it was a 1st down and goal. We actually somehow converted there. And then we bring in our power formation and punch it home. Touchdown, Jaquez Barksdale. And that might be my favorite possession we've had all year. A chance to close them out, not have any late game drama. We missed the extra point though, so that's kind of funny. And then a long way to go and not much time to do it for Northern Illinois. That pass is hauled in for the first down as they get out to the 43. Following play, Hampton gets to Grady and it's intercepted. Jaden Oliver, he's the one to seal it for Buffalo. He had a rough episode, but he finishes it strong with our first pick of the year and helping us move to 1-0 in the MAC. However, there's one more play here. It's Lamar Sperling showing the Jets one more time. He goes for 100 yards to become our first 100-yard rusher in the Dynasty. 23-10, Buffalo starts off strong in the MAC and bounces back from back-to-back losses. 4 games in, this team is really confusing. I have no idea what to expect the rest of the way whatsoever. Our defense finally played a complete game, looked the best they have all season, much better than even against FCS West or whoever we played. Early in this game, I thought we were going to get gashed on the ground the entire day, but they only carried for 86 yards. They had a few 10-plus yard runs, but those were just few and far between. And it's a huge difference when we can run the ball better with Sperling, so you can expect to see him play a lot more going forward. The receiver trio played well again. Morrow and Jenkins are leading receivers in this game. The defense tackled really well against Northern Illinois, and they didn't let them string together first downs. They just didn't have many drives into scoring position at all. Offensively, they still completed 82% of their passes, but for 6 yards an attempt, 139 total. So I'm very happy with the play of our defense. Let's close it out here with a little more recruiting. With Eric Pacheco, the quarterback, you'll notice that he is favoring us and then UConn. That's who we're playing next week. We're going aggressive here for running back Leon Dingle. We're the only school to offer. I'm not even sure he's acknowledging it. We're not in his top 8 or anything, but we are sending the house. If he wants to be a star and he wants to play early, he knows where he's got to go. We're also going to scout coverage linebacker Rashard McCracken. We're going to spend 50 of our 400 hours here just for him to turn out to be a bust with 78 speed, which is disappointing. Still probably good enough to make our team, though. We're also going to step it up for Max Everett, a 3-star cornerback that could see fairly early playing time with us, and we'll go hard sell with the campus personality pitch. Let me know down below what you thought of today's episode and what you'd like to see going forward. Lamar Sperling is our leading rusher now, but also has a pair of fumbles. That does concern me. He's still going to play a lot, but still expect to see other running backs get a lot of the more between the tackle runs. I want to get Nick McMillan going a bit more. He's been getting a lot more short targets and not the same production as Jenkins or Morrow. And on defense, I'd like to see us do a bit better job of taking the football away. We only have 1 interception. We have to be a little more active on that side. But overall, what an interesting way to get to 2-2. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and there's much more Buffalo Dynasty to come. Have a great day, everybody.